All right, man. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you got the email that I email blasted out to everybody. If you're on the email blast list with the video from last night's call. So hopefully you got that. Assuming you did sign up for my email blast list. So tonight we're going to cover the phone script and really sort of the process of booking an appointment. And it's a very straightforward process. I think the biggest thing about it is that there's no pressure on you. Really, all you're doing is just trying to find the nice people that want to sit down with you. Okay, so that's the way I kind of look at it. It's like I'm just trying to find the nice people that want me to come over. You know, now there is a certain art to answering objections and turning people around. But I think if you saw like my, I have a video on booking old appointments that I did myself. And I was just trying to prove to people that old leads still work. And I really did not use any slick answering objections. It wasn't really designed to teach you handling objections. I wanted to just show agents going through like 6 9-month-old leads that there's still, you know, there's still fruit on that tree. You just have to dial through and dial through, and you'll find the people that want to sit down with you, even though the lead might be 9 months old. Okay, so even if that video, I mean, really just proves to you that all we're doing is looking for the nice people. So the book I recommend for the skills for dialing the phone, let me share that with you, is this book, Go for No. Yes is the destination, no is how you get there, by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. And what's really cool about this book is that it really focuses on really the whole process of trying to get to a yes, someone who wants to sit down with you and who wants to take care of their families. And it's always going to be a fewer number than the total numbers of leads. So this whole business is about attrition. So we send out a whole bunch of mailers, right? And then from that, you know, mortgage protection return rates are 0.25%. The final expense return rates are right about 1%. So immediately we filter down the people who at least have an interest based on the mailer. And then when we pick up the phone, we try to connect with people, and you know, maybe we'll book half to 70%, depending on how good you are, okay, on the phone. But then it's not 100%. And then when we sit down with people, we have 75% that show up on the appointment, and you'll close 55% to 75% from there. So the whole business is about getting rejected, okay? From day one, our mailers are rejected. And then, you know, the next step is calling them up, and we get rejected on the phone. And then when we sit down, we book appointments, we're going to get rejected by people that blow off the appointment or reschedule. Then we sit down with people, you're going to get blown off by 45% at least of, or, you know, yeah, about 45% of the people are going to blow you off, right? Or, yeah, 55% close, 45% or less are going to blow you off. And then when you turn in the applications, you're going to get, you know, 25%, 20% that get declined. And then after 13 months, you're going to get another maybe 20% that stay on the books. Okay. So I just told you the negative part of the business. But likewise, you know, of the people that we send mailers to, you know, 0.25% on mortgage protection, 1% turn it in. Glory, hallelujah. Right? So I'd rather have it narrowed down there. And then when we give them a call, I want to sit down with people that want to sit down with me. Like, you know, I don't try to force myself on people, right? And then we show up to the people that want to be there. And then the people that want to be there, a little over half are going to want to take care of their families. And now the people that we take care of, you're going to have about 80%, they're going to want to keep their policies. All right. So you can look at the glasses half empty or glasses half full. What this book does is it teaches you how to reverse the thinking that, man, no is awesome. Every no that you get closer to a yes. I love this book, and it's real thin. See how thin that is? You can probably read it in one sitting, and it'll get your mind right. So I recommend you all go out and get this book like right now, okay? So let's talk about kind of the mindset and attitude, because I think the phone script, gang, is all about mindset and attitude. You have to have the proper mindset and attitude, starting with go for no. I remember tricking one of my people, tricking one of my agents. They were discouraged because they didn't get, they only made, it was actually pretty funny, they were discouraged. And I said, well, how many dollars did you make? 25. And in my mind, I'm going, oh my God, 25? Is that all? Because you can get $25 in an hour. And we dial every time we click on the phone and the phone rings. That counts as a dial. Okay, whether someone picks up or not. And then we dial every lead 3 times in a row. So we ring it again, hang up, wait a beat, and then ring it again. So 3 times in a row is what we do. That counts as 3 dials, okay? And how fast is a dial? What, 10 seconds to type in all the numbers, right? And so literally, if you're dialing slow, you ought to be doing $35 an hour, and our top people are doing $50 an hour, like physically, which actually kind of includes the people that pick up the phone, okay? So I'm going $25 an hour. I'm trying to be nice. I'm all positive, okay? In my mind, I'm going, oh my God, seriously? Okay, but what I will tell them is, oh man, okay, well good, that's a good start. That's a good start. How long did that take you? Well, it took me about an hour. Oh, okay, that's okay. You can get, bet you what, I bet you could probably get 25, I bet you can get 30 dials. And let's go out there again. Let's make 30 dials and and let's see what happens. Okay. And then I try to get them. So they're so hung up on booking appointments. Say, okay, your job's not to book appointments. I want you to get no's. I want you to get 25 no's tonight. I don't care if you book an appointment. All I care about is you get 25 people that tell you, to give you an excuse, to tell you they don't want you coming over. That's all I want. Okay. And so this agent went out and tried to get 25 no's. Well, sure enough, he calls me at the end of the night and says, sorry, man, I didn't get 25 no's. I couldn't get to 25 because I booked 5 appointments. And it's like, oh, bummer. Right? So he totally took the pressure off himself because, so however you want to look at it, man, so you got to trick your mind sometimes in getting wealthy because this is wealth position, this is broke position, this is wealth position, and this is broke position. You always want to be dialing the phone. If I had to say the hardest thing in the business is dialing the freaking phone. It is mundane. It is boring. I hate the ringing. I personally hate the ringing. Okay, I just hate that ringing and just on and on. No one picks up. It just drives me crazy. But that's the hardest thing in the business, okay? It's not like you're on a roof in the middle of July changing, stripping somebody's roof off and nailing tiles back up there, right? I mean, in the context of what other people do to make money, doing this is simple and it is easy, okay? So it's all about mindset and attitude, baby, okay? Now, this, out of all the things we're going to teach you this week, you think that product is the most important thing. You think that running quotes are the most important thing. You think closing the sale on the home is the most important thing. Let me rearrange your, the level of importance. Booking an appointment, phone skills is the most important skill in this business. And if you don't master the mundaneness of dialing the phone, you will be broke. You will not make money. This will suck. You're going to hate this business. Okay? Am I making myself clear? Are you understanding me? And as simple as it is, for some people, they just can't get over fear of the phone. And they fail miserably because they can't get over the idea of rejection on the phone. So this is where you kind of earn your stripes. This is the hardest part of the business. And honestly, I don't want this to be any easier. But Alex, that sounds strange. You don't want this business to be easy? No, man, because if it were easy, then everyone can do it and we'd all be making minimum wage. We couldn't have our top people making $500,000 a year, $400,000 a year selling if this business was easy. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's really kind of how this twisted idea of sales works, because only a small percentage of people ever want to get into sales anyway. So it's a small percentage of you that ever decide to get into the sales business. And then when you look at all the people out there, whether it's real estate, our business, how many people that are in sales want to be on 100% commission? Okay. So we have separated ourselves as the elite of the elite of salespeople, in my humble but accurate opinion. But when you make it, you take it. Okay. So I would urge you, beg you, whatever you got to do to get on the phone and get over fear of the phone, where just dial the phone is fun. Like, it's fun because you're just trying to find the nice people on the phone. Kind of like when you go to a carnival and you're going to the waiting pool with all the ducks. All you're doing is like turning over the duck, seeing winner. No winner, no winner, no winner, winner. That's all you're doing. You're just turning over ducks. So getting on the phone is like turning over ducks. Do you see how that same motion too? Okay, it's the same motion. But you got to get this down. Like, if there's any pressure you need to put on yourself, it's learning this process. And we're going to teach you the process. This is not designed for you and I to practice the phone script. You're going to practice on your dog, your cat, your goldfish, your family, your friends, your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. You're going to practice and practice, okay? That's what I recommend. Yeah, here's the thing. If you didn't know, we all started where you are. All of us. The top agents, Brant Swindell, Rob, Sergeant Rob Sarge. All these top agents started where you are right now, learning how to dial the phone. All of them started nervously picking up the phone. All of them. They all started where you are. So it's not unusual where you are. The feeling you're feeling is what everyone feels, like, oh my God, I'm going to dial, so not a big deal. We all started the same place. You just got to be committed to put the work in, put the practice in, get on the phone and work it out. You work it out by repetition. You got to get reps in, okay? Right now it's preseason football. Most important thing that those guys can do on the offense is getting the reps, repetition, repetition, repetition. Every play they got to rehearse. It's really a rehearsal. Okay, training camp is learning to rehearse the plays, right? Rehearsing the plays, getting reps in. The more reps they get, the better they're going to be. That's why, like, the second and third string quarterbacks, man, they got to get in there and they got to get reps with, the first team. They'd love to get reps with the first team, but whomever, the backups, they just got to get and go through the motions. That's what's going to get you better, is doing rep after rep after rep, picking up the phone, picking up the phone, picking up the phone. Over time, as you get coaching, you're going to start getting really good to where it's like, ain't no big thing. You know what I mean? So let's talk about some basics so you can write this down. Number one, print your leads out. It's going to be easy to get on the lead website, right? The lead website, and then you're going to be, you can see that's all electronic, okay? And that you can keep it on there and just open it up, the electronic documentation. We recommend that you print every single one of them out. Print your leads out, okay? Because it's important to have the piece of paper. When you go into the home, you're going to be showing the client the lead that they filled out. When you door knock, when you can't get a hold of someone on the phone, you're going to door knock them. You say, hey, Joe, is this your signature? Man, I've been trying to get a hold of you. And he's going to say, well, I don't usually pick up numbers I don't recognize. It's like, well, you remember filling this out, right? I've been trying to reach you. You got some time now, or we can book another time. You are going to use the physical piece of paper, right, to you. And it's powerful to have the leads right where you are, okay, all together. In fact, I wonder if I have it in here. I don't think I do. Oh, yeah, I do. I have it in here. So you always want to take your printed leads with you. And I like to put it in a binder, a 3-ring binder. I punch it, hole punch it, and then I have separators by county. Okay, and then I put the oldest ones at the bottom, and then I open up, put my newest ones on top. Okay, so when I get my first batch of leads, like my leads for this week, I put it in a separate folder and I dial through them to book my fresh, latest batch of leads. But so the next week comes, I'm going to file all those leads by county in my 3-ring binder with the freshest lead on top. And then as you subsequently go to the bottom of the unresolved leads are the older ones. And I put them in a 3-ring binder. Why? Because when I go out the house, I'm planning on making a day, man. I'm going to be productive during that day. So I'm going to have my binder with me. So if I get no-showed, so here's the trick. If I get no-showed, someone doesn't show up, I'm parking my car on their driveway, and then I'm pulling the leads out, and I'm dialing, and I'm booking appointments, okay? Or I'm taking the other leads in that county, and I'm going to door knock those. I'm going to put a route together using Route Planner and MapQuest, or Road Warrior, I think, is another good app that will put a route together, the most efficient route to all your door knocks, and then I'm going to door knock them, okay? I'm going to be relentless, because if I'm going out the house, I'm going to make something happen, okay? So that's why I have these in a 3-ring binder separated by county, okay? And even within a county, I'll be separating them by area, general areas within a county, okay? I'm just trying to be smart, trying to be efficient, okay? The other thing that I do on these leads, and you're going to see a lot of agents like to do this, is they like to write down on the lead, help me. They write help me on the lead. And it gets their mind right. So they put it out and they write help me, because these are families that need our help. And so when they see that help me on top, it gets their mind right that this is a family that says, I need to help these people. And every phone call is an assumptive mentality that they already did a pre-application. In fact, we look at these as pre-application forms, right? Pre-application forms. They need us to come over and complete the application on them. Totally assumptive, okay? I talked about dialing it 3 times in a row. I did a study. Now, if you're thinking, man, you're badgering people. No, you aren't. You dial it first time, no one answers. Put your phone, you click, and then wait just like a beat, and then hit redial. Second time, no one answers. Okay, third time, redial. Boom, they answer. Okay, and I've had this happen to me when my son his phone died. He had to be picked up from baseball practice. It's like when he was 12. Had to be picked up from baseball practice because they ended their practice early. And so he used his friend's phone to call me. And so I was on the phone with an agent, and he hit me, and I saw this 937 area code number. It's like, so I ignored it. Then it hit me again. I'm still talking to this agent, and it's like I ignored it. I hit whatever, hit the voicemail button. And then he hits me again. It's like, gosh, who is this? So I told my agent, hey, man, let me put you on hold. I accept the call. I found it's my son, Ethan, who needed a ride. He needed me to come early to pick him up from baseball practice. So it works, dialing 3 times in a row, okay? We always book appointments within 24 to 48 hours, all right? So we never book beyond 40, I'm not gonna say never. We do not book beyond 48 hours, because if you book beyond 48 hours, the no-show rate and reschedule rate goes through the roof. Like, it goes to like 70, 80%. Okay? So we keep it within 24, 48 hours. But Alex, what if they say they're out for 3 weeks? Okay? Or then we tell them we're gonna call them back. Okay, what if they're out for 3 or 4 days, but they wanna book it? It's like, okay, what I'll do is I'll pencil you in, Joe, for next Monday. It looks like I could be there between 5 and 6 p.m. Okay, you and your wife going to be there? Oh, yeah, we're going to be there. Okay, great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reconfirm on Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, that you're going to be there. Okay, is that cool? Yeah, that's cool. All right. And then what I do is I reconfirm it. But if I have another appointment I can book within that time, it is a soft appointment. I'm going to double book that appointment. Okay. So that's another very important thing is staying within 24, 48 hours, and you have to book it ahead. I count it as a soft appointment. I'll double book that appointment. Here's the other idea, the basics of dialing the phone. A lot of people come in with the false notion that I just need this big block of time in my calendar to book appointments. Like I had people tell me, I ask them, what's your schedule for dialing? And they tell me, okay, I've got 8 to noon on Saturday morning. Okay, 4 hours straight, you're gonna be on the phone. Well, yeah, it's my time for dialing. I'm gonna book Sunday, Monday, Sunday and Monday. I'm gonna book Saturday, and we could actually book that same day. So, you know, it's not out of the question to book on Saturday morning for Sunday afternoon or evening, or Saturday, I mean. And then, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, okay, because that's 48 hours. But dialing in a 4-hour period is just mentally exhausting, thinking that I've got 4 hours. So I trick myself. The most I like to do is like 2 hours. It's about the most I could be on the phone. It just gets too much. I need a break. Okay, so what I typically do is I'm gonna dial for 55 minutes. Then I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. Okay, I schedule my breaks. Then the second hour, we're going to book another 55 minutes and take another 5-minute break. Actually, I'll take more than a 5-minute break. I'll kind of shake it out for half an hour. Okay. Then I come back and then I do 55 minutes, 5 minutes, and then 55 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay. And I try to, give myself rest periods. Now, here's the concept behind it. Okay. Oh man, I hope I don't sneeze. Oh, now that I mentioned I'm going to sneeze, now that I mentioned about not sneeze, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I'm not going to sneeze. Okay. Here's the concept. So, like, if you hold a glass of water, and I ask you to take a 12-ounce glass of water in a glass cup, and I want you to hold it out beside you. And I want you to hold it out as long as you can. And you can probably last for several minutes, maybe 5 minutes. But after a certain point of time, holding it straight out, it's going to start going, man, and you're going to start shaking because of the fatigue. And it's like, maybe you're able to do it for 20 minutes. Okay. But there'll be a point where your muscles are going to fail. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. But what if I asked you to, hold it up for 2 minutes, take a 15-second break, 2 minutes, 15-second break, 2 minutes. You could probably do it for an hour as long as you get breaks, right? It's this mental break that you need from dialing that will help you kind of last the duration, okay? So here's another thing is I'm a big believer in scraps of time. Okay, so you've got your binder, your lead binder with you. And what I'd like to do, like if you're full-time or whatever, at home, okay, what I like to do is like to have my lead binder open, okay, open at my desk where I like to book appointments. And I have it open to the next county I'm trying to book, okay? So if I've got 10 minutes, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get on the phone, dial for 10 minutes. Because the art of dialing the phone is catching the right person at the right time at that moment, right? There's nothing magic about having an hour-long block period where you're dialing or 10 minutes, right? Because that 10 minutes could be super effective. You could probably make, 5, 6, 7 dials and probably could catch someone on the phone. And that 10-minute period became productive, didn't it? Right? So if you got 20 minutes here, half an hour there, you can okay, man, we're going to sit down and go through it. See, because if you are able to dial 250 dials a week, man, you get in the habit of dialing $250 a week, you're going to book 10 to 15 appointments. I don't care if these leads are old, you know, but you got to be willing to do as much as it takes, whatever it takes. We had guys that are terrible at dialing the phone that would dial $700, $800 a week and book maybe 3 appointments. And they didn't know that was bad. They didn't know it was good. It's just they wanted to book appointments and they had to go through a lot. And they were so terrible. But they did what they had to do. Does that make sense? Now, hopefully you won't have to do that. You're going to get a lot of coaching from us. Maybe you're doing something wrong, typically, if that happens. But the idea being that when you take scraps of time and rip some dials out over the course of time, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, over the course of a day, right, you're gonna have 100 dials before you even know it. And it wasn't like this massive dial time. It was taking scraps of time. So always have your leads with you so you can take advantage of that idea of scraps of time. But I tell you what, man, mentally, when you get in this business, automatically commit that you're going to make $200 to $300 a week. Okay, do not waste your time doing little, doing 5 dials a week, 20 dials a week. Man, you're fooling yourself because this is a learning curve business. Okay, does that make sense? Like, do you think you're going to be better at dialing after you've made your 500th dial? You probably are. Especially if you're coaching with us on handling objections. Okay, do you think after 1,000 dials, do you think you'd be better than when you were at 20 dials? See, it's kind of like this counter. And every time you add more dials and more experience, you're going to get better and better and better. So let's pretend, let's play a game. Let's say that your number is 1,000 dials. At your 1,000th dial, you're going to be really, really good at booking appointments, okay? So the question is, how soon can you get to that 1,000th dial? I can't even pronounce that. You can do it in 2 weeks or you can do it in 2 years, okay? But it's up to you, right? I would rather knock it out quick so I can get down the learning curve quick so I can get to making money quick. So you gotta fail fast. Because you will fail. Okay, so let me break it to you. Let me just have this revelation of the century that you will fail in this business. You will fail to book appointments that you probably could have booked. Okay, you're going to fail at closing sales that you'll eventually learn to close. Okay, so this business is going through failure. The faster you fail, the quicker you're going to succeed. Does that make sense? The faster you fail, the quicker you're going to succeed. All right. So very specific things on the script. Let me take a swig of water here. My voice, man, it's about ready to go. Again. Okay, so let's talk about the practice of the script. Okay, now hopefully y'all downloaded it. You need to read it out loud by yourself 50 times. You need to go through it and through it and through it. So the words come out like they're your words, okay? I've been in theater, I've done film, I've done commercials, I've done industrial films. I've done musical theater. And do you think that we rehearse before we put up a show? You bet. Do you think when I had a scene on film that I would have my lines ready? Okay, you bet. I was always known in the local industry here as the one-take wonder. Man, I would do my stuff in one take because I would like nail it. And they were like, wow. And I always had this, that's why I got a lot of calls from directors. They would book me. They would call my agent and say, hey man, I want your guy playing a doctor. I've done a lot of doctors for some reason, kind of the Asian doctor thing. But I never wanted to be unprepared on set because then I get a bad reputation of an actor that was never ready. And they don't book people like that, man, because they've got hundreds of actors they could choose from. And I was always the token Asian, right? And I didn't have a thick accent. I have no accent. So I'm very understandable on film, or video, whatever. I always was prepared, and you need to be prepared before you book your first out. Now, I'm not saying like take a week to rehearse. You could rehearse over the next 3 hours, and you'll get really, really good to the point where you're going to rip it up, right? But you got to get the words out of your mouth, right? Now you got to follow the script, but the idea of the script is really more of a guide. But we don't want you straying too much from it. But you can exchange some words. Okay, you can exchange some words in the script if it's more comfortable to you, right? If some of the words are words you don't ever use, okay, then you're allowed to change it, but do not change the gist of what we're trying to accomplish. All right, super important. I'm getting a little feedback, so I'm going to mute again. All right. So read it out loud 50 times, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to do that we suggest is you call just practice dialing on your family, friends, your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your dog, or your cat. Like, have them listen to you. And I would call my buddies. I say, hey, man, like I just started. I'm in the insurance business, and I just need to practice my script. Is it okay if I just call you back, like, immediately, and then just pretend like you sent in one of these forms? Okay, so let me text you what the form looks like. And then I'm going to ask you questions to verify the information on it. Just be laid back for me, please. Okay, don't hit me with any objections. Okay, and then what you do is you call them up and you practice your script and have an MP3 recorder playing so you can hear yourself back on MP3. That is the most important skill opportunity to improve your skills by listening to yourself on the phone. Because when you hear it back, it's going to sound terrible. You're like, golly, I suck. Well, yeah, you do. Okay, but I want you to hear how you suck, right? It's kind of like trying to fix your golf swing. Like, I defy you if you're that good that you can, see what happens to your swing and then figure out what you're doing wrong. I think most of us, if you had a video camera on you when you did your swing, then you watched it back, you could probably pick out stuff in your swing, like a little hitch, or your swing angle's all screwed up, right? It's hard to self-evaluate unless you have a playback opportunity, and that's why recording yourself. Okay, you don't got an MP3 recorder because a lot of people record on their phone. Unfortunately, you're going to be using your phone. So I recommend getting one of these really cheap Sony MP3 recorders. I've got like Sony. Sony makes some great ones, and they're not that expensive. Go to Office Depot and get one. You will make so much money on that like $30, $40 investment, I promise you. Get one of those and record yourself, okay? Here's the other thing. Okay, so let's talk a little bit technique. Answering objections. You got to practice answering objections. So what I'd recommend is that you give your friend or your family or whomever, your spouse, the list of objections to hit you with, okay? And I want you to practice coming back quickly. So it's one continuous thing. The worst thing you can do when you do your phone script is hesitation, man. Hesitation will kill you. Hesitation will put in the client's mind all kinds of stuff that will that they're going to come up with objections. They're going to just eat you up, man. That's why on objections you got to come back right away, just super smooth. So like, for example, yeah, we took care of it. Yeah, we took care of this already. Oh, really? Well, that's why I'm calling. Like, I didn't pause. They say, well, that we already took care of it already. And then you're going, okay, where's that objection handling? They're going to hang up on you. You only have a very short time to keep the conversation going. And that's kind of the key with objection handling, is keeping the conversation going. You got to snap back right away. So you've got to practice the skill. So as soon as you hear it, we're too busy. Oh, well, I am too. I am really busy. Like, you got to come back with that immediately, no hesitation, okay? All right. So I'm going to introduce a concept called mirror and match. Mirror matching is a neurolinguistic programming concept of NLP, neurolinguistic programming. That's a very powerful technique of influence where you can totally manipulate people. Manipulate's kind of a negative word, but it's a positive word too. You can totally manipulate people using NLP techniques. And one of the NLP techniques is creating bond and rapport through mirror matching. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow in the home, okay, when you're doing the in-home appointment. But it really starts when you're booking a phone call. So mirror matching is a way to create rapport with the person by mirroring their vocal tone. Okay, so there's two ways. There's tonality, the tone of their voice, and rate, how fast they speak, okay? So here's the tendency, like for example, when you talk to someone who has a very deliberate cadence, where there are very long pauses when they're trying to talk to you, and it's driving you crazy because you like to talk fast, and your natural tendency is to speed up when they're talking this slow, thinking that you're going to speed them up. I promise you, man, it will irritate them. And you're talking to your client, right? And it drives you nuts. Well, imagine that client that talks in a very deliberate manner. He thinks you're nuts because you talk really fast. And you're thinking, I don't talk fast. I talk like a normal cadence. Well, your normal cadence to him or her sounds like you're, Speedy Gonzalez, okay? So mirror matching is super important to create rapport with the client. So when you start off the script, you start off low and slow. You just kind of do a neutral baseline of low, your voice is low, kind of, it's not very aggressive. It's very very calm, and your tone is a little bit low. It's really more neutral, okay? It's more neutral. Jason Carey says it's like your DJ voice, okay? Until you can figure out the client's rate of speech. So, hello, Joe. Yeah, hi, Joe. This is Alex, and I'm with the Mortgage Protection Department. And I got that form that you and Mary sent in on the mortgage protection insurance, where if you died, if you pass away, the mortgage is going to be taken care of for your family. Does that sound familiar to you, or am I completely crazy? Well, that sounds familiar. Okay, great. Well, listen, I just need to verify the information that you wrote on this form. Now, I have your height and weight is 5'8", and you're 175 pounds. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, and see, he answered me quickly and he speaks fast. Okay, and then I'll start speeding up to him. Okay, and so I have your, I show that you're a non-smoker. Yeah, I'm a non-smoker. And I have your wife's birth date here is 3/3/66. She's a non-smoker. Her height and weight is 5'3", 120 pounds. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. All right, cool. Now I have you at 123 Anywhere Street in Dayton, Ohio. Is that correct? Yeah, that's where we're at. And I've got your mortgage amount. It says it's $225,000. Are you planning on paying that in 20 years or 30 years? Well, we'd like to do it sooner, but we'll probably keep it at 30 years. Okay, cool. Now, okay, so you're in the verification mode, whatever. So I'm hearing the way they answer the question, and then, I'm going to try to match their rate of speech. The other one is tonality, okay? And so you're not going to If they have a really high voice like Michael Jackson, and that sounds way weird for you, like I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't go that high, but I would like maybe tend to talk in a little bit higher tone to match to get closer to their tone. If he's got a really low voice, then I will lower my tone of my voice to match their voice, okay? If they're very soft-spoken, then I will be soft-spoken as well. The power of mirror matching is based on the people like people that are like them, okay? Mirror matching, real important skill on the phone. Okay, so let's talk about the process of the phone call. Has anyone got any questions so far? Remember, I'm watching the chat line. Let me unmute.
I had a
Anybody got
question.
any questions so far?
What tends to be like the biggest objection that you have on the phone?
Yeah, we're gonna cover that. The biggest objection is we already took care of it, or we're not interested. That's why That's why those are the first two on the script. Like, do you have the script?
I think so. I'll check. Thanks.
Yeah, the script's on the. I'm using the Alex Avian script. It's on the bootcamp prep page. So the bootcamp prep page for the second session, you can download it there. It's pretty thick. There's a lot of objection handling in there, but we're going to cover that one.
Got you. Yeah. All I had to do was scroll down. My bad.
That's all right. No worries. So that's the number one is we took care of it already. The next one is we're not interested. And the third one is we're too busy. Okay. Like seriously, if you know those are the three, then you better freaking learn to come back to that. Right? It's like insane. Like it drives me crazy when people don't prepare. Like I'll just be honest with you, man. I got straight A's in school. I was a curve buster, and I was happy to bust the curve. And I would laugh at everyone else because they would like, I would put people that are getting B's into C's because I bust the curve. And do you know why? Because I worked my ass off to get good grades. And I had no sympathy for people that didn't work as hard as me. Like it wasn't, I was like
Naturally, yeah.
brilliant, you know, I had a decent IQ, but I mean, it wasn't all about that. It's just I worked my butt off. Okay, I worked my butt off, and so I deserved my A+++. I was one of those irritating students that would do extra freaking credit, right? I was one of those kind of guys, and you will have those people that will drive you crazy. But I wanted to be one of those people, and I chose to be one of those people. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it drives me crazy. Like I want to. Okay, so I'm maybe making a point. I want to freaking squeeze someone's head off when they start dialing and they didn't practice. I'm like, oh my God, dude, we're talking about changing your future where you're going to make a boatload of money and you have the audacity not to practice? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's like insanity when people don't do what they're supposed to do. Like, I always think about this, man. If you hired you in this business, you didn't do anything that I'm recommending, would you fire you or would you hire you? Does that make
Fire.
sense? Yeah, absolutely,
Absolutely.
bro. I mean, I'm trying to be very practical and trying to make a point because all this
That's
is in
good.
your control. Failure is in your control and success is in your control. So like, take control, practice it. Simple thing, right? Stuff
Amen,
like getting your
brother.
MP3 player. But here's the thing, here's the thing. All these recommendations I'm making, there's probably only about 30% of you are going to do it. And that's the part that just drives me crazy. I don't know why, you know, anyway. It's the perspective of a guy who breaks the curve all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. By the way, I'm going to mute everybody. By the way, just a little thing that I've done with our kids. Our kids are straight A students. But you know what? We never compliment them on their intelligence. Never. We never compliment them on any particular, you know, we always compliment them on how hard they worked. How hard they worked. We want to praise their work ethic. We don't want to praise their intelligence. You know, they may happen to be intelligent, but I don't want them thinking that they're going to rest on their laurels of being brain smart, because we all know that being brain smart won't make you rich. Won't make you rich. You could have talent, but if you don't work your butt off, you will not deserve a dime. You're not. How many smart people are broke as a joke, right? What do they say? A students teach, and B students work for C students. Except for me. Well, I'm teaching now, right? I'm teaching now. Okay, now, I'm actually a pretty cool guy. I'm giving you attitude. Why am I giving you attitude? Because I promise you, gang, if you learn this skill, you will tear this up. This business will be easy for you. Like, how do I know this? Like, bro, if I booked 20 appointments for you next week, would you go on those appointments? You probably would, right? You'd probably go on all those appointments. So if that's what's separating you, getting on the phone and booking them yourself, then, man, that's such a powerful thing when you think about it. My opinion, anyway. All right. Man, I don't think I've ever done the second session boot camp with this much attitude. All right, let's talk about the process of the phone call. I hope this is helping y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the process for you Canadians out there. Okay, so let's talk about, okay, the script. You got to use a script. Okay, I have an example of a script, but all the scripts, I don't care what script you use as long as the script is effective, but I'm going to chart out what all the scripts do. And it's more important, the process, than the words. You know, you can come up with your own words, honestly, as long as you get through meeting all the objectives of the process. I'm big on process, especially tomorrow when I teach you the in-home appointment. Man, it's a 5-step process. So this process of booking an appointment, okay, the process of booking an appointment, it starts with the intro. This is where you do not sound like a telemarketer, okay? Because you sound like a telemarketer, man, you're not even going to have a chance to read the script. What does the telemarketer sound? How does the telemarketer sound? Hello, Joe. This is Alex. How are you doing today? Man, I'm having a great day too. Thanks for asking. Click. You think you got to be cheery, man. You got to be like all cheery. It's like, gang, let me kind of set you up for how you want to be. Okay, so I'm going into acting director mode. So I'm going into director mode. What's your motivation? Okay, I'm going to paint the picture for you as the actor on stage. Okay, so I'm going to give you direction now. So get your pens ready. Let me paint the picture. Okay, so you are working for your local credit union or bank, and you're the special mortgage protection person that takes care of all their mortgage, all their customers that just got a mortgage. And you got a stack of these people that you got to call on your desk. And they're sitting on your desk. And you're in one of those offices that are all glass offices. And your boss has his glass office next to yours. And your boss has his desk facing yours, right? And he knows you need to be on the phone. And it's Friday afternoon. It's 4:45 p.m. And you knock off at 5 o'clock. And your boss is watching you, making sure you're working up till 5 o'clock. And you're sitting there going, oh gosh, my stupid boss is watching me. Man, I better get on the phone. And you just can't wait to get out there because you got this great weekend plan with your boyfriend or girlfriend. And you want to get the heck out of there, man. And so it's like, oh God, I got to get through these. Okay, so you pick the phone up. Hello, Glenn. Hi, Glenn. This is Alex with the Mortgage Protection Department. And I've got that form here that you filled out for you and Neela. And, okay. Well, that sounds good, but you know, we really got time. Okay, click. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Timothy. This is Alex. I'm with the Mortgage Protection Department. I've got that form that you filled out here that you were looking for mortgage protection for you and Anne Marie. Does that sound familiar, or do I sound completely crazy? Oh, it sounds familiar. Okay, great. Hey, listen, I just got to verify the information that you put on here to make sure that everything's correct. Now, I have your date of birth as 10/26/1969. Is that right? Okay, cool. And I've got your height and weight as 5'7", 180. Is that right? Okay, cool. I show here that you are a smoker. Is that correct? Okay, cool. What kind of, is it tobacco? What kind of tobacco? Is it cigarettes? Is it pipe? Is it cigar? Cigarettes? Okay, cool. Now I've got Anne Marie. I have her birth date is March 3rd, 1966. I have her height and weight is 5'2", 120 pounds. Is that right? Okay, cool. And I also show that she's a smoker as well. Is that same thing with her, cigarette smoking? All right, cool. All right, man. Now I've got your address here is 7376 Wyandotte Lane in Liberty Township. Is that where you're at? Is that correct? Okay, cool. Now the loan amount of $202,400, is that, are you going to do that in 30 years? Or are you going to pay that off sooner? Sooner, 20. Okay, cool, 20 years. Awesome, man. You're going to save a lot on interest. Yeah, absolutely. Smart decision. And yeah, I got your signature here. Looks like, appears to be your signature. T. Shallow. All right. I tell you, I asked that question because sometimes the women like to sign the husband's name. Does your wife sign your name sometimes? Well, my wife signs my name. She's actually better at my signature than I am. Anyway, listen, they have me coming out Thursday and Friday, or they have me coming out Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Yeah, I work on weekends. I know, that's my job. Not the best job, but it's my job. So they have me coming out Saturday and Sunday to your area. I think I can put you in my calendar. I can squeeze you in between 1 and 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, or Sunday afternoon between 3 and 4 p.m. Which one's best for you and Anne Marie? Okay, Sunday between 3 and 4. Awesome. Now it's only going to take 15 minutes. All right. And so I got you down between 3 and 4. All right, cool. Now, when I come out to your place, I'm coming from the south. So I'll be coming up your street from the south. Is your house going to be on the right or left? Right? Okay, and how many houses down roughly? Oh, 3? Okay, 3. Sounds like you've given directions to your house before. All right, cool. Now the number 7376, is that going to be on the garage? Is that going to be on the mailbox, on the curb? Oh, wow, all 3. All right, cool. All right, sounds good. Hey, by the way, just so this is a very short appointment, what kind of medications are you taking? Just real quick. Okay, you take Losartan. And what's that for? High blood pressure? Okay. What else? Oh, metformin. Okay, metformin. That's diabetes, right? Yeah, diabetes. How old were you when you got diagnosed with that? Oh, 52? Okay, cool. Now, how about Anne Marie? How's she on medications? Oh, okay, no medications. Cool. All right, good, good. Hey, by the way, did you guys ever have like an operation where you had to stay overnight in the hospital? Okay, no? All right, cool. So no heart attack, stroke, cancer. Okay, great, awesome. All right, cool. Well, I think that's about it. I will see you Sunday. What time again did I say Sunday? Right, right, that's right, between 3 and 4. All right, cool. And you both are going to be there? All right, great. Super. Well, I want you to write this down. This is going to be your case number. And your case number is 90359. Got that? And my name's Alex. All right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting you and Anne Marie on Sunday between 3 and 4. All right, y'all take care. See ya. Next lead. Ring, 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 ring. Next lead. Ring, 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 ring. And the clock is ticking, 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 ticking. Okay, does that kind of give you an idea of sort of, you are like processor. You're not, hey, Glenn, how you doing? This is Alex, and I'm a telemarketer with Fifth Third Bank, and I've got your mortgage application here, and I just need to figure out when I can come over to meet with you and your lovely wife, Mila. It's like, come on, man. I'll promise you, you don't think you sound like that, but until you record yourself on an MP3 recorder, I promise you, you sound like that. You sound too happy. Like, don't sound happy. Start low, slow, neutral, and then start warming up to them. I'm really big on warming up to them later, not warming up to them at the beginning. It's like mundane, tired. I'm like, oh, God, another one I got to call. I'm just trying to get through the day. Do you see that? You kind of hear that attitude? Do you feel me? Okay. Do you feel that boredom in your voice? Okay. That's how you go anti-telemarketer mode. Okay. Does that make sense? So anti-telemarketer mode. So that's the intro. Okay. The purpose of the intro is not to let them hang up on you. Okay. Because whenever you pick up the phone, like when you hear your phone ring, you pick up the phone, what is it in your mind? Your question in your mind is, who's calling me and why, right? And so when you call them, you tell them, I'm for the mortgage protection department, if it's a mortgage protection lead. If it's a final expense lead, hello, Joe. I'm with the Montgomery County Senior Benefits Center. I'm with the Family Protection Center, right? I'm telling them who I am. My name's Alex, all right? Or you can even leave that out. Okay, I'm giving you some options here, but you can say, hi, this is Alex. I got that form, that pre-application form that you filled in, Joe. Hello, Joe. Okay, so it's not hello, Joe. No, it's hello, Joe. Yeah, Joe, this is Alex. I got that form that you filled out, the pre-application form that you filled out for you and Mary, that you signed. You were looking for coverage to take care of your final expenses in the event of death. Does that sound vaguely familiar, or am I crazy? Am I completely ridiculously crazy? Okay, you are trying to get them to stay on the phone. Make sense? I mean, you already worked hard to get someone to pick up the phone because you dialed, and then you don't want to blow it. So the idea is to get them to stay on the phone with you, okay? Now, the next step, after you can get them to stay on the phone with you. Let's see. So this, I'm going to use decision tree. I'm going into my decision tree mode. For those of you who know what the heck a decision flow chart. So the next thing is you're trying to establish credibility. That they should stay on the phone with you because you've got credibility with them. That you've got something that they want. That's all credibility is. You've got something that they want. You got something that they inquired about. You've got the answers to solve their problem. And you're trying to get them to remember that they filled this form out, and you're not trying to get them to remember, but you're trying to get them to remember that they needed this coverage, right? And they filled something out to get it. Okay, and that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to establish credibility with them. That's why we go into the verification of their address, their height and weight, their birth date. We try to go into that quick. Why? Because we want them to know that we actually have their personal information on this form. Okay, their birth date, their height and weight, their smoking status. Okay, once we get there, they're like getting a clue, like, oh, well, yeah, I do remember that. Okay, so once you get credibility with them, then it's like, okay, well, my simple job is to get this information to you. It'll only take about 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll get out of your hair. Okay, now they have me coming out. Okay, they have me coming out. Okay, it's like not in my control, man. I'm working for the man. I'm working for the man. This is my job. They have me coming out Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I do work on the weekends. It's not the best job, but it's the job I got, and I take care of families on the weekends, right? Okay, so you go to booking it. You book it, Dano. Book it. And you do the 2-option booking technique. Okay, this is they have me coming out. Okay, my boss has me coming out Thursday and Friday, or Wednesday and Thursday, or whatever. Now it looks like in my calendar, and I don't care if your calendar is spanking white clean. Looks like I can squeeze you in. I could probably be over there, I think between 6 and 7 p.m. I think I can get out there on Thursday or Friday. It looks like I could probably get there between 7 and 8 p.m. Which one are you and Mary going to be able to do? Okay, so you kind of give them the 2 options. Or what some people do is, I'm going to be there Friday between 6 and 7 p.m. Is there any reason why you guys wouldn't be home? So that's where you tell them you're going to come over. Okay, so that's another option you have where you can do the optometrist either or you're going to tell them you're coming over. I'm coming over. Any reason why you're not going to be home? Okay, I like to do the 2-option one myself. That's my favorite one because I can really nail it down a little bit more. Though tell them you're coming over, at some of our top people use that one too. So I'm not going to say any, it's just a matter of preference. So you book it, either the 2-option or I'm coming over, and then you tie it down. You tie down the appointment, okay? You heard my tie downs. We use the directions tie down, okay? Well, Alex, I mean, they know I got a GPS. Yeah, but how many times, gang, have you gone into a new neighborhood, you try to follow the GPS and it took you in the middle of a field? Like that when you're in this business long enough, that will happen to you, I promise, okay? That will definitely happen to you. So I just reconfirm it. And if they say, well, don't you have a GPS? Yeah, but sometimes GPS takes you in the middle of a field. I just want to get kind of general directions. Why do we use general directions? Because I want them to imagine me in their mind coming to their house from the south. Hey, I'm coming from Centerville. I'm going to be going up 75. I'll probably be taking the 35 exit going west. I'll get off of James H. McGee exit, and I'll be coming up north on James H. McGee. So do I make a left on Elm or a right on Elm? Left? Okay. And what side your house going to be on? See, I'm telling them how I'm getting there, where I think the area their house is, and then they're vectoring me in. In their mind, they're imagining me coming over. And that's a strong, powerful tie down. The other tie down that you heard was the medications. Okay, that's a strong tie down because I want to know their medications to make the appointment short. Okay, I incentivize them, like, just so I can make this appointment really short. What medications are you taking? And I have them spell out the medication. I don't have them spell out the medication. I write it down phonetically because I promise you, you talk to an underwriter, talk to me, and you say it the way phonetically you wrote it, it's going to sound familiar, like I know exactly what you're talking about, as well it would an underwriter. So just spell it out phonetically and then ask them, and what are you taking that for? And it's really quick, the medication tie down, all right? And then directions, or then the quiz. I quiz them on, okay, now Sunday afternoon, what time again did I say? I'm quizzing them. I want to know if they heard me. I want to know that they actually wrote it down, okay? If they didn't, then I kind of know where their head's at. And then I'll tie it down harder. It's like, okay, yeah, between 3 and 4. Now, you and Mary are going to be there, right? Is there anything in your mind that you think will come up that will prevent you from being there? Because I'm coming all the way out from Centerville, I've got a bunch of families in the area, but you know, I just need to know you guys are going to be there, right? Like, I mean, I'm going to be fierce about it. Like, you use that tie down technique when you have been no-showed 9 times in a row. I promise you, you're going to get harder core on tying it down in a nice way. Okay. And then the other one is, here's my case number. So each one of these leads has a serial number on here. And I use like the last 5 digits or the last 6 digits. I give them a case number. You know, it's like for nothing other than a tie down. All right. The tie downs, man, mega important, because this will decrease your no-show rate. And then let me give you the last tie down, which is the sick and tired tie down. This is the sick and tired of being sick and tired of being no-show tie down. Okay, and again, you're really nice about it, but I'm going to ask him, hey, by the way, Joe, are you and Mary pretty good at keeping your appointments? And I shut up. Well, yeah, we're pretty good. Okay, pretty good. This is what I'm asking. Have you ever been like set up a time to meet somebody out, like some friends, and they ended up not showing up? Have you ever been like no-showed by, you know, friends or family or whatever, business associate? Right, you have? Okay. And how'd that feel? How'd that make you feel? Well, I was kind of mad. Yeah, exactly. So you are going to be there, right? Like, I'm serious. I'm going to tie it freaking hard. If I've been no-showed, I'm just going to tie it down harder. And I'm nice, but man, that's the sick and tired of being sick and tired tie down. Okay. You don't have to use it until you get sick and tired of getting no-showed, then use it. Okay. So what happens when you run into objections? So this is if you get credibility. Yes, credibility is achieved. No, credibility is not achieved. They don't remember them sending it in, okay? Or they do remember sending it in, but they already took care of it, okay? This is where you got to establish why they filled it out in the first place, and then you book it. So this is a way to keep them on the phone. The whole purpose of, if you don't get the credibility to book it, then you got to go into the why did they send it in. And this is the whole idea of keeping them on the phone by asking questions. The longer that you can keep someone in a conversation, your ability to book the appointment the percentages go up and up and up. Do you ever like watch your ESPN app? And they have like this game thing where at the beginning of a football game, for example, or a basketball game, they have the percentage chance of winning. So they have, you know, you're going to see like the line goes up, but then the winning team, they start diverging. And, you know, so it looks like they're going to win. Then all of a sudden an interception happens. And then this guy goes up, right? And then all of a sudden they're ahead. So they go up, right? And then last minute touchdown, you know, they win and this person loses, right? The longer you can keep them on the phone, the greater chance of you booking it. So the whole idea of objection handling is establishing the why and keeping them on the phone. One of probably one of the best objection handling techniques is asking them, you know, see, you know, well, we already took care of it. Oh, you did? Okay. So, Joe, take me back to when you filled out the form originally. Okay. When you filled out the form, when most clients of ours fill out the form, they're looking for different, they're shopping around for prices. They're shopping around for prices. And they want to get the best priced product for them. Now, is that what you were looking for, or were you looking for something completely different? Okay, so you're doing the A-B technique of answering the objection. So take me back to when you first filled out the form. When you filled out the form, most of our clients who fill out the form, they fill it out because they're wanting to find the best price and they want to shop around. Is that what you were looking for, or were you looking for something completely different? Well, yeah, I mean, that's why we filled it out, because we wanted to get the best price. Oh, okay. Well, perfect. That's why I'm calling. So I can give you some other options. Doesn't matter if you took care of it already, because that's not set in stone. I might be able to give you a better option. And after sitting down with me, you'll be able to establish whether or not what you have is the best option, or I can give you a better one among the 15 different insurance companies that we're with. Does that make sense, Joe? Oh, well, yeah, okay. So I'm not locked into that one. No, you're not. In fact, you'll probably get a refund back on it if it's within the last like 30 days. Has it been within the last 30 days? Question. Okay. Well, yeah, it's been, okay, great. So look, they have me coming out in your area Thursday and Friday. Looks like only take about 15 minutes. Looks like I have time Thursday between 6 and 7, or Friday between, looks like 7 or 8, so between 7 and 8 o'clock. Which one's better for you and Mary? Friday. Okay, cool. Boom, book it, tie it down, done deal. They already got it, but I gave them the either or, the kind of the optometrist excuse. I like that one. That's my favorite one. We gave you like 4 or 5 ways to answer the, I don't even have the script in front of me, but I mean, you have it in front of you, right? We have several different ways to answer that objection, okay? But that's the one I like the best. You know, other things that you can do, like, oh, great, like, I mean, you can read through the other ones, but I like that one. It's like, hey, Joe, well, that's great. That's why I'm calling. Take me back to when you first filled out the form. Most of our clients that filled that form out, they're looking to find the best price product. They want to shop around and make sure they get the best product for them. Is that what you're looking for? Or were you looking for something completely different? Well, yeah, that's what we're looking. Okay, great. Well, that's why I'm calling. Perfect. I've got 15 different companies, so I can give some other options, and you can, you know, at least when we're done, you'll be able to know that the product you have now is the best product, or if you find something better with us, then you get to win. So it only takes about 15, 20 minutes to have me coming out of the area Thursday and Friday. I could be there Thursday between da-da-da, or Friday da-da-da, okay? Right, and then you're booking. How do I, you know, the numbers on your house, medications. By the way, what time did I say, hey, take your case number down? Do you see how like it just goes back into book it, then tie down, tie down, tie down, tie down. Okay, but you got to keep them on the phone by asking a bunch of questions. You establish why. Well, we're really not interested. Oh, well, I mean, that's why I'm calling, because we see that we didn't take care of this for you. So take me back when you first filled out the form. Most of our clients that fill out the form were looking for a product that would ease the burden on their family when they died. So for example, you know, you fill out a mortgage protection form. So people that fill out that form want to make sure their families don't have the burden of the mortgage after the main breadwinner is gone. Now, is that what you were looking for, or were you looking for something completely different? Well, really, we were looking for something completely different, because the guy that came over here just showed us life insurance. And we really weren't interested in life insurance. Oh, well, what were you interested in? Well, we were interested in disability. Like if I couldn't work, that I could pay my mortgage. Oh, perfect. We got a number of great programs for that. Look, they have me coming out here Thursday and Friday. I can be there between 7 or 8, or between 6 and 7 Friday, which is better for you. Medications, directions, case number, tie down, boom. Okay, do you see, you can use that on that same thing. We're too busy. We're too busy. Oh man, yeah, so am I. I'm really busy too. Listen, it's only going to take about 15 minutes. Let's see if we can squeeze in 15 minutes in your calendar. But let me ask you a question. When people fill this form out, the thing they were looking for is finding an opportunity so that their families don't have unnecessary burden when they die. Okay, now is that what you were looking for, or are you looking for something completely different? Well, yeah, that's what we were looking for, but we're really busy. Absolutely, I'm really busy too. It's only going to take 15 minutes. Listen, what time do you guys get home from work? Oh, we get home around 5:30. Okay, great. Tell you what, I can be there right around between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. It'll only take about 15 minutes. So we'll knock it out, then it'll get out of your hair. And then we'll see if we can help you. If not, then I'm gone. Makes sense? They have me coming out Thursday and Friday. Okay, now I know in your mind you're saying, but Alex, it's going to take more than 15 minutes. The average appointment's an hour and a half. The presentation takes 15 minutes. If they want something, then it's their fault for me being there an hour and a half. You see what I'm saying? You're not lying to them. You're saying that it only takes 15 minutes to deliver the information. What they do with that information is up to you, right? What you do with it is up to you. But what they do with it is, well, tell me more about that. We're interested in this one. What's it going to cost? Okay, great. Boom. You're there for an hour and a half. You brought them up, and they got the protection they were looking for. Does that make sense? There, we nailed the 3 most popular objections. Is it going to work 100% of the time? No. Okay, so let's establish that it won't work 100% of the time, but what I will establish to you is that it will work on the people that it was meant to work for. It's not up to you, it's up to them. So when you present it to them, they either take it or they don't. It's like, would you like a cookie? Would you like a cookie? Would you like a cookie? They either take the cookie or they don't. I don't care. My feelings aren't hurt. Okay, I don't take it personally. They don't know my birthday. They could yell at me, but you know, I'm a likable person. My kids love me. My wife loves me. My God loves me. Why am I going to get hung up by someone who's negative on the phone? They don't know me. They could just found out they had cancer and they're mean to me on the phone. They needed a vent. Well, Lord, thank God that they could vent on me because I could take it. All you're doing is asking someone if they want, you want a cookie? You want a cookie? They'll either take the cookie or not. So when you come back with the either or objection, they either take the objection and book with you or they don't. No big deal, because I've got a stack of leads. I'm going to my next lead. I'm going to my next lead. Going to my next lead. That is the beauty of using a phone script and booking it the way that we're teaching. Does that make sense? So you establish the why, they are interested, you book it and tie down. Does this process make sense? We haven't even looked at the script yet. In fact, I probably went through all of it already. What time is it, man? It's like an hour, 15 minutes. We will go over the script, I promise. I'm gonna explain what's on the script, so you're gonna see kind of what I'm saying, but I just wanted to give you the conceptual so that you're, and remember, you can watch this back over and over and over and over again. So you can kind of get it and then practice with your MP3 recorder, right? You're practicing MP3 recorder. You're hitting the objections. Boom, it's one continuous flow. You are flowing. It's like you practice and you rehearse. When you get on the phone, man, it's like boom, 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 $35 an hour, $50 an hour, boom, boom, $300 later, you book 15 appointments, right? You made a couple grand on the people that bought from you. Man, it rocks. It totally rocks. Will it take $300 a week? Eventually, you're going to get where you'll book 20 appointments on $150 a week, okay? Because you're going to get better and better. But you got to grunt it out. You got to start like a freshman in high school first. It's going to be harder. You're not going to be good, but you got to go through the iteration. You got to get the reps in, baby. You got to get the reps in. All right. So I'm gonna unmute and see if anyone has any questions on this, on the conceptual process right now. We're gonna go over the script and like next, but let's unmute. Okay, anyone got any questions? You guys all kind of hear me, like where I'm coming from on this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You're not intimidated, are you?
No.
No.
Very straightforward, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what? It doesn't matter what they do or say. What matters is the people that you're meant to cover are going to say, well, yeah, I've been waiting for you to call. Man, it's been 6 months. And now this, I promise you, you're going to get the following. Man, I've been waiting 6 months And it took this long for you guys to call me? Yeah, Joe, I'm sorry, man. I just had this come across my desk. I'm the follow-up guy. And on our records, we did not show that we took care of you. I apologize. This is the first time I've seen it. Like if I got it 6 months ago, I would have called you. But, you know, we fired a bunch of people, so we're kind of cleaning up their mess right now. So take me back to when you first filled out the form. When people fill out the form, they're looking to protect their family in the event of their death so that their mortgage would get paid off. Is that what you're looking for, or are you looking for something completely different? Do you see how you kind of throw them off? I'm pissed off at you because you called me so late to why they filled the form out. You know, I mean, you're going to get people to get mad at you. Here's what else you're going to get. I'm sorry, Joe died last month. Like, seriously, I promise you, you'll get that maybe 10 to 20 times a year. And it will still feel weird. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences, ma'am. Listen, my job is to protect families. And I apologize we couldn't get to Joe soon enough. But how about you? Can we protect you while you're alive? Like, I'm serious, man. I'm gonna protect her. That makes sense? So, anyway. All right. It sounds like we're having fun out there. That's great. Okay. I'm going to mute everybody. All right, man. Okay. So let's look at the script. I'm going to show you what's in it. Remember, I want you to make this your own. Okay, but I don't want you to stray too far from what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so I've got a number of intros here. You know, and you've heard me use some variations. Like I've even added a few. Okay, so this first section are different intros, like a new mortgage protection lead. So this is an A lead, an A mortgage protection lead. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. My name's Alex, the Mortgage Protection Department, and I'm holding a form that you filled out and signed requesting some information on paying off your loan in the event of death or disability. Does that ring a bell, or am I completely crazy? I know I should add that. I swear I should add it, but you can add it. I'll let you add it, okay? Remember, this is sort of like a starter. You know how you have like sourdough starter? That slime, this is a catalyst. This is just kind of get you going. But keep the structure, you know, the same. Old mortgage protection lead. Oh, old, okay. So a lot of you are going to get started with like old leads, like a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, as bonus leads for free. Like, especially if you're in an area that we've had agents before. And so if you have an old mortgage protection lead, I want you to go into this mode, and that mode is the supervisor mode. Okay, so it sounds something like this. Hi, Joe. My name's Alex, and I'm a supervisor with the Mortgage Protection Department. And you probably don't remember this. When you got your mortgage with Fifth Third Bank, you were signing all those documents shoved in front of you. You probably remember that, right? Well, one thing you probably don't remember is maybe filling out a form having to do with paying off your mortgage in the event of death or disability. Well, I'm holding that form right now with your signature on it and all your personal information. And our records show that we did not take care of this for you. Look, I just need to verify the information for you, so to make sure that I'm talking to the right person. Now, Joe, I have your birth date as 10/26/1960. Is that right? And you're 5'9", 180 pounds. Is that correct? And I showed that you're a non-smoker. All right, cool. And I've got your wife, Mary, here. She's born on March 3rd, 1966. Is that right? You know, you go into verification mode. But it's like the supervisor. I love doing the supervisor script, you know, because it is conversational. It keeps them on the phone. I sound like an official bank guy, which I'm not a bank guy, but you know, it has to do with their mortgage, so it is a bank-related thing, right? So that's the old mortgage protection lead. Fallen expense lead. Hi, Joe. My name is Alex, and I'm the caseworker assigned to help you. You called in requesting information on final expense burial insurance based on a TV commercial. The code word you gave us is Bengals. Sounds like you're a Bengals fan. Does that sound right to you, or am I completely crazy? Okay. Well, I just need to verify the information and then verify the information. New marriage lead. Hi, Joe. My name's Alex with the Family Protection Center, and I'm the caseworker assigned to help you. I'm holding that form you filled out and signed requesting some information on newlywed life and disability. Probably don't remember it, but I'm just to make sure I'm talking to the right person, and then you verify the information, okay? General insurance lead. Hi, Joe. My name is Alex with the Family Protection Center, and I'm the caseworker assigned to help you. Look, I'm holding a form that you filled out and signed requesting some information on whatever insurance they were looking for, just life insurance. You probably don't remember it, but I just have to make sure I'm talking to the right person. I've got your birth date. So we jump into, the verification. Another question you can say is like, do you remember that, or am I completely crazy? Okay. So those are the intros to keep them on the phone. Now the next section is the verification, and we're just verifying the information. Like some of the leads only have their age, okay, or they have their birth date, but like some of the leads, like the final expense has their age. So Joe, I've got you wrote down. So I like to say you wrote down. You wrote down here that your birth date is, and sometimes I'll necessarily mess up just because I want them to know I'm reading something. So the common mistake is 5s and 3s, right, or 7s and 2s. And so I'll say, now I have your birth date here that you wrote, and it looks like 7/14/1955, or is it 1/14? Can't tell if that's a 7 or a 1. Which is it? And it might clearly read as a 7, but I'm purposely making a mistake so that they know I'm reading something, that I'm pulling it off on something they wrote. And I use that a lot. You wrote down here, I can barely read it, but it looks like a 3. Okay, so now see your signature here. I guess that is yours. It looks like G. Miller. Is that how you sign your name, G. Miller? Like I'm getting credibility is what I'm doing, right? Okay. So that's the verification. The whole idea of verification is to gain the credibility that you've got something that they had filled out and that you're referring to, okay? And then that they remember, and I verify their address. Why do I verify their address? Because like with mortgage protection leads, the address on here, and I found out like 3 different times until I decided to verify the address, that the address I was at was their rental property. So I knock on the door, I say, Joe, is this you, Joe Miller? Oh no, that's my landlord. Oh, and your landlord does not live here. No. Oh, but do you know where he lives? That just happened to me 3 times before I got the clue, like verify the address. Oh my gosh, So I always verify the address. I have here the height and weight, the mortgage amount. So the mortgage amount, I want to get a feel for what they're going to do with it. Is it, you're going to pay this off in 30, or you're going to pay it off earlier? Again, it probably isn't important to know that information other than it's another question for them to verify, right? I'm already filling it. In my mind, I'm already filling out the application before I come over, okay? That's kind of the good way to look at it, is you're pre-filling out their application. They have a pre-application form. You're just kind of adding in some more information, right? And then book it, Dano. Okay, great. My simple job is to get you the information you requested. It only takes 15 to 20 minutes. They have me coming out to your area Friday and Saturday this week. Again, no more than 40 hours ahead. I can be there between 6 and 7 p.m. on Friday, or between 12 and noon on Saturday, 12 and 1 Saturday, which is better for you, Wait for answer, WFA means wait for answer, okay? Like, you know, I mean, we've already went through that. So you book it and then you tie it down. Okay, great. Now, in this script, like it doesn't matter when you put these in, but, you know, okay, great. Let me give you a case number. Do you have a pen? I'll wait. Okay, write down my name. My name's Alex, and the case number is, you know, the last 5 or 6 digits on the serial number. Okay. Then I try to get directions. What's the major intersection coming to your house? What side of the road will your house be on? What color is your house? Are the numbers plainly visible from the street? On the mailbox or garage? What type of vehicle will be in the driveway? Is it okay to park on the street or on the driveway? Like, because there's some driveways, there is no street parking. It's like the road. So I'll tell you, no, you gotta park in our driveway. All right, cool. Well, I'll just make sure I park on the very end so I'm not blocking anyone. Okay, I'm telling them stuff because they know I'm coming over. Medications, like there's some agents that don't take medications. Look, I never get canceled because I'm asking for medications. The reason why I ask for medications, number one, it's a form of a tie down. Number two, I will be able to prepare you for appointments. Okay, so when you tell me they're taking losartan and metformin, well, I know they've got high blood pressure and they're diabetic. So I can vector you to the right product. If you don't find any medications, then you're gonna have to be ready for like multiple products, which I can do, but it's gonna be a little bit harder for you. But if you can kind of center in on medications, center in on any surgeries where they had an overnight stay. Yeah, I had bypass surgery 6 months ago. Oh, okay. Well, when I know that, I'm gonna know how to prepare you. Now here's the thing. All the top guys never ask medications. Why? Because they're already good at field underwriting. They don't need to know. They can evaluate the person's health and medications and they know what product they're going to go to. But starting out, you're not going to know that, right? So it helps me help you, okay? You're not going to lose appointments because you're asking medications, I promise you, okay? And if you do, it's because you didn't ask for it properly. It's very laid back. It's just, hey, by the way, just so this is a short appointment, okay? Are you married? Do you or Mary take any medications for anything? And then just real quick. It's just really quick. You're not trying to make it a long, drawn out thing. You're not doing a whole health questionnaire, okay? The last time, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing you, Joe. What time do we say again? Okay. Now, objection handling. Already taken care of. Okay, this first bullet is, that's why I'm calling. Take me back to when you filled these forms out. Most people fill out multiple forms because they're shopping for the best product and the best price. Is that what you want, or you look for something completely different? Okay. I mean, you heard me do this. You know, this has maybe a few other words in it, but you got the gist. You're taking them back to when they filled it out. Most people fill this form out because, is that what you were looking for? Or are you looking for something completely different? Okay. The other ones, that's why I'm calling. Most clients get the initial need taken care of, but what they didn't do is put their emergency contact list together. There's over $7 billion of unclaimed benefits that insurance companies, of unclaimed benefits that insurance companies have. Do you know why that is? Do you know why that is? Okay, I got it fixed. I've been staring at that stupid script and not fixed it. Okay, I just updated it. Now I got to upload it. Okay, anyway, you can make that fix. There's a bunch of other ones here. That's why I'm calling. Did you get the kind you didn't have to do a blood and urine test? Okay, so you said, so, you know, there are multiple ones in here, but what I would say is just get good at one. Just get good at one. And use that one all the time and come at them quick with it. Okay, and then maybe you can try some other ones, but just learn one and do it. You're just getting started. I'm too busy, don't have time. Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Look, I'm real busy too. Take me back when you, okay, so this is the other take me back one. I'm not interested, absolutely, but take me back when you sent this form in, okay? Okay, can you just send me something in the mail? Absolutely. But take me back when you sent this form in. I can't afford it, too expensive. That's why I'm calling. It sounds like you sat down with someone already. And they showed you something that was way too much for your budget. Is that right? Then you got, so all these, when you kind of look at them all, they're all conversations. They're all planned conversations. Okay, and then these objections here, one like Jonah likes to use these. Okay, but when you look at them, get the ones that you feel comfortable with and then use that one every time. So you don't got to learn all these, like all these under one type of objection. Just learn one under each objection and use it every time. And I promise you, if you use it every time, you're going to capture the ones that you can capture, and you're not going to capture the ones that you are not supposed to capture as far as booking them into an appointment. Does that make sense? Okay, that is it, man. It's super simple. Practice, practice, practice. Get it out of your mouth. Record yourself. Practice on people that care about you, that want to see you succeed, that are positive about what you're doing, you know, taking care of your family using this business. And just, man, have them drill you with these objections, okay? And they may want you to come over, and then you're going to ask them, hey, can I practice my in-home appointment with you? And then you go over to their house, right? You bring dinner with your, you know, six-pack, and then you practice your in-home appointment, and lo and behold, they may want to buy life insurance from you, okay? So I'm going to unmute again. All right, gang, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or am I completely crazy?
I won't say so yet.
I am crazy for this business. I promise you, man, you get this skill down, even just if you're just mediocre at it, you are going to book appointments. You're going to get in front of people, and the whole process will begin from there. It starts with you booking an appointment. And spend all your time, not all your time, but most of your time in this process, in this skill, and you're going to reap dividends from it. And remember, fail fast, fail fast, fail fast. Say that 3 times fast.
Fail fast,
Okay?
fail fast.
That's right. Good job. Man, you are already following what I'm suggesting. And then go for no. Go for no. Go for no. All right. Anyway, man, I'm done. Any last minute comments, questions? You can do this. I promise you, you can do this. Look, if I can do it, you can do it, man. So anyway, well, rock on. Appreciate y'all for being on. Tomorrow, we are going to do the in-home appointment. I'm fired up. I love doing that part. I like showing you the process. Again, the process for all you Canadians. The 5-step process of making a sale where you're going to at least close 55% of the people you sit down with. So go back to the bootcamp prep page, go down to the session 3, and download the ATM and, you know, all that prep stuff, and which I think is just downloading the ATM. And awesome. We'll be done after tomorrow, and you'll be ready to rock and roll, man. I promise you can get on the phone this weekend. Okay, so man, rock on, gang.
Yeah, sounds
Appreciate
good.
you coming out. God bless.
Thanks.
God bless, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Rock on.